Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is House of the Deathsinger, World of Darkness, Werewolf. I will turn it over now to Kerr for the recap.
Well, we had some happy fun times. The group got a little bit of chance to rest, to relax, to do their own thing a little bit. Got to show the newbie around town. And everything was going well. And then they got to find out a couple of things about Lupe. Apparently, he's been trying to protect them and keep them safe. But he wouldn't really tell them more. And that's pretty much where we came to a stop last week. Unless there's anything else anyone would like to add. Oh yes, they also went back to the park as well.
I lay on a rock.
Yes, to see the rock.
My wonderful rock.
Your rock. You do realize, Moriarty, one day, there will be a donation goal that says Death of the Rock.
You've already said that.
I know, but I have to make sure I remind you of it. One day. It may not be this day. It may not be this game. But one day, it will come. And will you be able to save your precious rock? All right. So, who is ready to begin? Poke, 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 poke.
I mean, Michael is still in his office.
I know. No, I was just I was just asking if everyone was ready to play.
Yeah.
But everyone was silent. Oh.
Yeah, I had to step away for a second. A dog got out, but it should be fine now.
Dog-kun! Dog-kun! No, Dog-kun! So, let us begin. It has been a few more days since the issues with Lupe. Things have been quiet, nothing too big. You'd be able to hunt a few lesser spirits that basically were no big deal to you guys. Chance to relax, chance to unwind, and to do anything that you might wish to do. And then one night, about 5 days later, Michael, your house phone begins to ring.
Who the hell has a house phone anymore?
Oh, that's her. If you don't have a house phone, your cell phone would begin ringing.
A magnanimous dispensation.
No, Kerr. Even more spooky.
So Kelly tipped
Someone's installed a house
$110. The
phone.
Sabbat knows how to party.
Thank you so much for the donation, Toshime. The donation goal has been completed.
Oh, Zim, you do not know what troubles I just unleashed.
Ah! Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, at this point, I know that it's something that, you know,
Vampires.
it's not surprising to me anymore. It's some kind of new hell or a new ally that just takes care of the problem for us, or, you know, getting predictable.
It's not
Kurt.
really a hell. It's not really a hell. It's going to be something that he thinks is going to be strong against us that we end up killing very quickly.
No, not in this game.
These can be vampires that will overturn the city.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in this game we've surprised him still.
This is true.
Think of the Sabbat as it's not the anarchists, because that's a separate group. These are the ones that are sent that in old times wanted to rule. Vampires rule in the open is the easy way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So we're talking about Vlad.
Vlad was he was real.
Yeah. Vlad the Impaler.
I'm trying to remember. He's a Samisi.
He's probably still vibing.
He is. Yes.
So, anyways,
your phone is ringing.
Mike will answer.
Ah, hello there. Michael, yes? Michael Wolf?
This is he.
Greetings. You can call me Anthony. I wished to contact you on behalf of my employer, who wishes to discuss with you a possible business arrangement.
Okay. Get on with it.
If you are willing, you and your associates may come to the Ivory Tower at, he seems to pause for a moment, around 9 p.m.
For what exactly?
For possible business negotiations and to see about offering you a job. Something that I very much think you would be interested in.
I already have employment, thank you.
Yes, I understand. However, your current employer is causing issues. and my own employer wishes to discuss these issues with you, and he believes that you may be interested in what assistance he can offer you in your own goals.
I don't generally talk to middlemen, thank you. And he hangs
Which
up.
is what.
Oh, sorry, don't talk to terrorists.
I mean, Michael, he talks directly to the head of the mob here. He talks,
Which is why he was trying to set up a meeting with his boss.
Yes, his boss can call him directly himself. Also, Michael is still very grumpy about Lupe's whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I threw a wrench in your plans, Kerr.
No, you're good.
I can't wait for the day that a whole adventure is missed by someone picking up the phone and going, "No, thanks." Click.
Don't worry, I wouldn't
Adventure
be much
over.
of a DM if I can't roll with this. So, what are you two out doing, Barney and Perry?
Well, let's see. What needs doing?
Right now, you basically until like another like 2 days, you basically got a week off. So you have about 2 days left before anyone's really going to ask you anything. Like they'll keep you in the loop if you ask, or there's new juicy details going around. They're more than willing to like let you know or keep you up to date with everything. But they're not going to ask you to do anything right now. You're on vacation basically. You
All
have
right.
you time after the shit you guys pulled.
Is there anyone I can fight?
There are some werewolves that you could take on, yes. They'd be
There's
more than
also-
willing to spar with you.
There's also face spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that there are werewolves that are actually willing to spar with me?
You
After
know,
the
just
shit
as,
I've done?
yeah, just as long as, it's like, not to the death or, like, not trying to, like, put them in the hospital, but, like, sparring, practicing, that kind of stuff, yeah, they'd be up for that. Training.
Right.
Like, not using your claws, but, fighting. They're fine with that. It's
All right.
training for them. They'd be more than happy to spar with you.
He'll be doing some sparring then with some of the other werewolves.
Yeah, they'd be, like for you, especially, yeah, no, it's like, you say, it's like, hey, I want to spar. Literally, like, 24 people come and go, me, I'll fight ya. I'll take you on. Yeah, me.
Lovely. Going to beat the shit out of them.
Pretty much, yeah. None of them really have like the skills you do, and I don't even need to really require a roll for this for you to actually just curb stomp them into the dirt.
Barney is stark crazy with a week of nothing to do, so he's like, I want to fight something.
I'm going to fight every werewolf in this place. You do recognize pretty much everyone who challenges you are like pups equivalent of. They're the newbies. They're trying to go like, hey, I just took down this really good werewolf and try to get like street cred that way. And
Barney
you
makes
just
it more of a training
step on them.
experience then. What's going on with that one werewolf who I had fought for the honor of?
No paw.
Yeah.
He's been fitted with a cybernetic leg so far. He's still getting used to it, but you have seen him actually like walking around now a little bit when there's no humans around and everything.
I see.
He's doing better, but he's still getting used to his leg and getting used to actually like being able to walk well. But he's getting better. Every day he's getting a little bit better at it. He'll eventually be able to get to the level that he needs to be at.
That's good. Always good to check in on it.
Yeah, he'd be more than happy to see you and basically show off his leg and go on and on about how literally he's just learning to walk and he can walk without crutches or without anyone needing to help him. And then one night, that night, Michael, did you call anyone to let them know about the phone call you got?
Or did you just kind of blow it off?
He would probably not call, but shoot a text to Marcone saying there may be a new player in town. They're wanting to meet with me.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Will check 995 just resubscribed for 4 months.
Yay! Thank you. Marcone would text you back. Did you get a name?
He would text back saying no, they wanted to meet in person, wouldn't give any info beyond where to meet, and he would forward the whatever place it was, tower or something.
The Ivory Towers.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock.
Marcone would text back. That is basically the richest hotel in town. Like, even someone like him would have trouble sometimes getting reservations there.
Oh, okay.
That's how exclusive this place is. Like, this could be a place that could be difficult for you to get into.
Well, yeah, because Michael specifically is he tries not to be known.
Oh, no. I mean, like, even for you to infiltrate, this would probably be a very difficult location to infiltrate.
Ah.
This place has, according to Marcone, top-of-the-line security, very, very, very exclusive clientele. Like, even for someone like him, it's hit or miss if he can get a reservation. That's how exclusive and difficult it can be. If someone is meeting you there, that person either has a lot of clout or a lot of money, or both.
Well, either way, I work with you, not with anyone else in that regard. And it definitely seems your field of business.
I would recommend investigating who this is. If they're attempting to make diplomatic contact, then it could be worth our while to meet with them and to find out what's going on.
Very well, I shall do so. And Michael will text the others to let them know where he's going to be and at what time then.
Hey, Harry, what are you up to right now?
I'd be tending my flock, helping out with the local soup kitchen if there's some around,
There would be, yes.
helping the homeless, getting them care packages and making sure everything's okay.
Yep. No, you would be actually working with some others. You can recognize a few faces from the Sixth Circle. A couple mages are working here, and there's also a few werewolves that you've seen in passing as well. Otherwise, it seems to be mostly mortals working here.
Okay. And if they need any heavy lifting or that type of stuff, I'm the one
Oh.
that's able to do that.
Oh yes, they would be happy to accept your help. They would have many heavy boxes, donations, things that have been given or left there. They would be very thankful for any assistance that you can give to them. And as you are working, you do get the text message from Michael. Basically saying that he is going to the most exclusive area in town. And Michael, would you offer them to come along? You were given express permission that your allies could join you.
It'll basically be a you can come if you want kind of thing.
Sounds like a fun night out. I'll reply back.
You just say you're going to an exclusive club?
It's basically like a hotel, but it has clubs inside, bars, meeting halls, conventions.
Is it
It's kind of
faction
lot.
aligned?
The vampires are known to use it, but it is technically considered open ground. But well, the richest areas tend to be used by the vampires quite a bit for like their meetings and such.
This guy inviting, I'm surprised, didn't just use dominate command.
Going back real quick to Barney. What are you doing about 7:30, almost 8 o'clock?
PM or AM?
p.m. The sun has set already. It's dark out.
Probably making my way there. I assume it's. Do I have?
Oh yeah, you could just Google search it. You would be able to. You would be able to locate it.
Okay.
But as you are making your way there, let me have a roll from you, please. Let's see. What do I want you to roll? For this, let us see a wits plus investigation.
It's plus investigation.
Mm-hmm.
It's station 3. Ba-ba. It is 3 successes.
Here comes Jaffer soon.
Yay! All right. As you are walking down the road, it's a deserted street. You can see there is someone watching you, and you almost miss him. He looks to be, you can't really make out his face or anything easily. It all looks like it's obscured by shadows. Except you can see that these shadows are moving and writhing.
All right.
Anything you want to do about it?
He's just watching me.
Right now, yeah, he looks like he's watching you. He's standing in an alleyway. You almost missed him. Like, he blends so well into the darkness. You almost missed him.
Can you describe their form and build?
Fairly skinny and lanky. You can't really make out anything past that because of the shadows over them.
Barney's going to step out of sight. Then he's going to walk back.
He's still there in the alleyway.
Is he specifically watching me? Does he seem to like make any moves to follow me, or
Make another roll for me.
same roll?
Mm-hmm.
Another 3.
Roll your hmm. Actually, would we do that? Roll your Primal Urge for me.
All right.
How streetwise are you?
Spending a willpower.
Okay.
There you go.
Primal Urge 4.
Hey. You realize it's not your eyes or your gaze that let you know this. Even like your senses aren't telling you what you need to know, you feel, but your instincts. The side of you that is a wolf, it can feel it. When you see him, he hasn't moved, but you know he's watching you. Like, you can feel it. His gaze is on you even when you aren't in sight.
You know when you're being hunted.
And your senses are telling you feel something tugging you to your shadow.
Wait, my shadow?
Your shadow.
I'll look back at it.
Your shadow. But nothing seems different or wrong with it. Do you have any detection abilities at all in your gifts?
My gifts?
Yes.
Probably not. Unless the father's form has something for that potentially, but that I don't think so. The closest thing I would have is Predator's Unmatched Pursuit.
Which does.
It just makes me go fast.
Yeah, that wouldn't do anything. You would need something that lets you detect things.
Yeah, this is just the closest I have. It's not even relevant.
Okay. Then yeah, that's all you get. You feel like something is watching you from your shadow, but that's all you get. It's just your instincts are letting out a roar of warning to you.
Warning not to or to fuck with this guy specifically.
That
You're
being
not sure.
hunted.
Yeah, it's basically saying you're being watched. This thing is watching you, is following you.
I'm gonna see how close I can get to it while just casually walking, pretending as though I haven't seen it.
You can get close. Yeah, you can get all the way to the mouth of the alleyway. He's not moving.
How busy is it? How many people are around?
Uh, there are some mortals you can see. Not a lot, but enough that people would notice if you guys threw down.
About how far into the alleyway is he?
Maybe 2 or 3 feet.
He's gonna lean up against the wall, not in the alley itself, but like next to the alley.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna sit there for a second, see if he still feels the same way about this. Just to make sure he's kind of still there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't assume I can catch his scent in human form.
Not without an ability, no.
Did you want to try looking in the Umbra? Or smelling in the Umbra?
You could try to cast your senses into the Umbra, into the spirit world.
I'll do that.
You can see this guy. Don't worry, Jaffer. We can help you later. Shouldn't be too big of a deal this session.
What can I see about him?
You can see his face. His skin is extremely pale. Like almost porcelain white. And it's like there's very little fat on his body, which makes his body stand out in very stark contrast with what a normal person might look like. He's very much like skin and bones. Not enough to be considered like anorexic or like emaciated, but like there is like no fat on his body really.
Does he seem to notice me?
Oh yeah, he's looking straight at you, and you can see his shadow is moving. Like it's behind him moving. You can see it's connected to him still at his feet, but it's moving by itself.
One of those.
You may make an intelligence occult roll if you wish.
It's not gonna hurt anything. Let's see, int plus occult. Yeah. Getting pretty good rolls. That's one success.
This is probably a vampire.
I go ahead and say to him, "You need something."
He smiles.
You see fangs.
Yes. Well, I'm a bit new to town. And, well, I haven't seen your type in a very long time. But I do know of you. You're one of the reasons why I'm even here. Your name's Barney, isn't it? Barney Rudge?
Sure. What you want?
Straight to business, I like that. My name, well, he pauses for a moment. Well, you can call me Jackson. And I'm here because I'm interested in some of the things you do. Namely, killing things.
Ain't much like a vampire to seek help from a werewolf.
It's true. That is very true. And you'd be right to be suspicious. But I believe you know the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
What's the target?
Pentex. When he says that word, there is such raw hatred in it that it feels like he just slapped you in the face with his super strength. The sheer vitriol in his voice when he says that is very high.
You got my attention.
I thought I might, but it's not due to talk about such things here. We should find a place to discuss matters.
What's that
Perhaps,
neutral place?
Sixth Circle.
Sixth Circle. We can meet at the Sixth Circle.
Lead the way. I'd be more than happy to discuss whatever you'd like. And perhaps you might help me.
Not now. I've got prior arrangements, but I can meet you tomorrow if that's suitable.
That's fair. That's fair. We did just meet, and it would be unbecoming of me to enforce myself upon you if you already have prior engagements. Might I ask what is you are doing, if you don't take offense to that?
Not quite sure. Been invited to some fancy club.
He seems to pause for a moment, and he kind of looks towards the direction that you were walking in before he nods slightly. I see. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, that's fair. I understand, and I wish you well at the Ivory Towers. A word of advice that I might give you. Be careful when you're dealing with the ones who are going to be there. They are not necessarily to be trusted.
You know more than you let on.
Indeed, I know where you're going, and I'd be more than willing to let you know if you wish. Free of charge.
Why don't we walk?
He just
He just-
smiles.
Gives a nod and starts walking down the street.
He will nod as well and begin to follow.
So what's going on with this Ivory Town?
It's where the prince of this city holds courts. Yes, they hold it in other areas, but this is the main location. This is the location that they don't want to get out.
So this ain't just some club, but it's a vampire place of law. Is that the right word for it?
Not the way you would think about it. For their society, the way they do things, they like to consider themselves kings and princes of the city. And they choose a location to be their castle, so to speak, where they hold court. They act like stuck up nobles, that they are better than everybody else. They meet in other locations, of course, places where they can do business within the public eye without arousing attention. But this would be their main place. This is where the prince himself stays at. And this is the big of the big. If you make it here, then you are someone important in this city, is how they would consider it.
Why would one such be invited there?
My guess would be that whoever is making this call, either the prince or one of his inner circle, I can't say exactly who for sure without more information, likely is looking to get you guys to do his dirty work for him. It might be for a similar reason of why I have sought you out for your expertise.
Does he at least pay well?
Depends on how much you believe you can trust them.
I was half expecting, I don't want to talk to the prince, I want to talk to the king.
So some prince wants us to come in and
I don't know why he would be looking for help. My guess is he's calling on you for the same reason, or a similar reason, I should say, of why I have looked for you. Because Pentex is putting its grubby little mitts where they don't fucking belong. You can see his shadow is like writhing when he says that.
Sorry, what was the last thing he just said?
Pentex is putting its little dirty mitts where they don't fucking belong.
Right. Where
And
would that be?
I just want to remind you that a certain member of our werewolf team pinned the explosion on the vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Where would that be?
I can't say for sure certain of where this vampire thinks they've been hitting, because, well, I'm technically persona non grata here. If they found out I was here, they would stop at nothing to kill me.
See. Well, I'm willing to aid in anything that takes Pentex down.
They are likely going to try to use you. I'm just going to give you that warning right now. Well, I suppose you could say that I do wish to use you in some way, but I am more than willing to assist you and to fight with you if that's necessary. Unlike them, we of the Sabbat do not shy away from killing when it is necessary. Unlike the cowardly Camarilla, we know what we are, and we don't pretend to be anything but.
See.
Yes, I'd be more than willing to meet you tomorrow night at the Sixth Circle, and I would be happy to discuss my business with you then, and to see if you would be interested or not.
I'd be willing to speak with you tonight if you'd be willing to meet on my terms. I'm guessing that won't be an issue.
I am your guest after all. I am willing to abide by whatever restrictions you see necessary.
All right. What's your stance with the vampires there at the Ivory Tower?
That is a very, very complicated question. And I don't mean that to be facetious or such. This is more a very, very deep split between our belief systems, I suppose. To put it easily in a way you may understand,
Will you
we
attend as my guest or not?
I cannot. They
All
would
right, that's all I need to know.
if they find out I am here at all, they would not rest until they found me and killed me.
Oh, wait for me whenever I leave, because I'm not spending the night here. Just approach me. Maybe with other werewolves at the time, but you probably are aware of them.
Indeed. I found that your track record precedes you, and I am extremely interested in what you all are able to do. That was quite good work you did at the sanitarium, I might add.
Mostly wasn't how I work, honestly.
True, but you helped set it up, and you were very effective. So my compliments to you there.
Honestly, of all the examples you could be picking from, that one felt like the least involved.
Well, it's one of the ones that I know best because you dealt with what you dealt with.
Mm.
The others are only hearsay and such.
Say
He-
that, but alright.
He stops, and you can see ahead of you, rising up, are a pair of massive white buildings. I suppose this is where we'll part ways. It isn't safe for me to go any further, but when you're finished with your business, I'll know, and I will come see you.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon then.
Indeed. And he's going to step to the side, walk to a wall where there's a shadow that's fallen, and he's literally just going to walk into the shadow and vanish.
Gotta check my own shadow real quick.
You still have that feeling.
Keeps walking.
Michael, Perry, you guys have just arrived at the Ivory Towers, and you guys are seeing Barney walking up.
When this is going on, how far away was Barney?
He was probably a good, like, a block away.
Barney, everything all right? I felt a little bit of nervousness from you. Pack awareness.
Yeah, there's another vampire we're gonna be speaking to today after our little invite here.
This just got interesting.
Quick question, because Jaffer is here now. Kivia, they were invited to basically the most exclusive place in Empty Springs, the Ivory Towers. A place where even the rich and famous can struggle to get an invitation or a reservation for. Would you be with them in person, or would you want to be observing through tech, or what would you want to be doing? Okay, so Kivia, you would be there with Michael and Perry.
Hold up. I finally got my wolf in the chair back.
Yes. Yes, Kivia is there. Yeah, you would be dressed in a very, very fabulous dress. You would very much look the part of what you need to, what you would need to look. Very fashionable red dress. Yes, Michael, you do have your wolf in the chair back. And Barney just said you guys are going to be dealing with another vampire.
Yep.
Very well. Well, shall we head in?
Unless anybody
Sure
else has anything to do.
Michael will be dressed in begrudgingly right now in a tuxedo that he keeps stored away for such events. He had no interest in getting dressed up, but at the same time, he knows he would look very out of place if he didn't come dressed well.
One moment, be right.
Duke, 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 Duke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll go ahead and run the ad right now. Run it early.
That'll work.
Hey Toshime, is Kaji still going?
Let's see.
I assumed you followed them because you've got their emote, but
Yeah, playing Phasma.
okay. In that case, let's do a We're gonna do a drive-by. So, I want everybody to go over to Kaji's channel. And, spam that for me. Yes, we are assaulting the purple. And then come back, of course. I can't hear Kaji's responses, but...
The response was, no, you all are cute.
I heard I'll fight all of you.
Yeah. I'm absolutely not cute. I'll fight every one of you. You all are cute. Zim, zim, zim. Are you doing D&D stuff today? Zim, I swear to God. Was it you sending all these people here to say this blasphemy? And all of y'all are cute.
Well, thank you, everybody, for that wonderful performance. Yes, that is correct, Wilksack. Well, the ad break is over, but still no sign of Kerr.
Oh, this is like that one time where he left and then was gone.
Be too long. There's your copyright strike for the session.
Why?
Because that's part of a song.
Oh boy. Hopefully it's not long enough to cause one. Well, I suppose while we are waiting, let's do some marbles. You guys like marbles? I like marbles.
Marble.
Marble barb barb barb.
Marble.
Marble barb 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 marble.
It's Morbin time.
You know, I have seen that meme going around, but I have no fucking clue what it even means, but I've got the feeling I don't want to know.
You know what Morbius is?
No.
It's a movie. And basically, people were joking around. The movie bombed, and people were saying, it's Morbin time. And making that kind of joke.
Ah.
That's not in the movie at all, but people are making memes about that.
Is it
Understood.
not actually in the movie?
No, it's not.
Then like why what, where did the meme "It's a Morbin time" come from?
The internet?
From the scene of where he tosses a ball and it bounces around and he catches it with his superpower, his vampire superpowers. And they edited in him saying, it's Morbin time. And with how popular that meme went, Morbius went back into theaters to bomb a second time.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that now.
So now your grandpa's in?
I don't know where that's coming from.
I remember.
Just because there's 10,000 freaking memes out there and 10,000 more every day, nobody knows all of them. Well, Karma, do exclamation point play before you go. Same with the rest of you, because you've got 3 minutes to enter the race.
Hello, I'm sorry for vanishing like that. My drink spilled everywhere and I had to clean it up.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that's basically been my life today, but I'm back, everyone. Hello, sorry for vanishing like that. I
The
did not mean
vampire
to.
just needed to clean up the blood.
Well, I mean, we don't talk about that.
Hello there, Otacus. And we're doing a marbles race real quick while we're waiting.
Worries.
Alright, Karma. I'll keep that in mind.
Why does marbles on stream take 5 gigabytes?
All their skins that they charge an arm and a leg for.
I feel like the skins wouldn't impact that much though, because that's just a wrap PNG file.
I don't know.
At the actual game, it has to have all the maps on it
You're
because
probably
it's streamer side.
Did I hit play? I did.
Yeah, Jafford makes a good point. His marble drives a car.
Yeah.
And
Marvin
they're
time.
off! Down the pachinko wall! Well, diamond pachinko thing? Semi-wall? Currently it is anyone's race as everybody's pretty well bunched up. No early leads yet, though I am pulling ahead here. Followed by Jaffa and Moriarty. Jaffa's pulling ahead a little bit. We've got Articus, Toshime, and Karma making it across the gap. But Jaffa is still pulling ahead in his little race car. Vroom vroom, motherfucker! Yeah, Jaffer is definitely heading very far ahead of everybody. Might even set a new record on this map. Though he's getting slowed down here with this drain. Oh, Toshime is stealing the lead now. Followed by Articus. And we've got Toshime in first place, but no new record. Followed by Articus. And then myself, and then Jaffa in fourth. Meanwhile, Moriarty and Karma are still circling this drain up here. But, Toshime, what card would you like? Or what pack would you like a card from, rather?
Avatars and Martens.
Alrighty. And Moriarty finishes, followed by Karma.
Did I get anything for making it through the hoop?
No.
Oh.
Alright, well, just one race, but that's okay.
Back to the ivory towers!
Absolutely.
Yep.
Back we go. So, are you guys going to do anything before you enter the tower? Anything any of you want to do before you try going into the towers?
Nothing comes to mind for me.
I've informed the party of our guy we got to see after the fact.
Yes.
Not much for me to do here.
Let me see if Jeff wanted to do anything. See if Kivy is up to
Takeme
anything.
is watching the snake sip water.
The snake is sipping water.
Well, everybody, hydrate.
Alright then, as you guys make your way in, this place is, I think of the way to put it to you. Yeah, for now, Kivia is going to act more like arm candy for Michael. This place, inside, it's so rich, so opulent. Like, you can see there are carvings in the walls that look like they're made of gold. In other places, that's probably you would just be gold leaf and such. Here, no, that's actual gold. Everywhere you look, the chandeliers looks like they actually have diamond pieces in it. Like the little crystals that hang on it actually look like they are actually made of diamonds. This place is worth what looks to be like billions of dollars. Everywhere you look, wealth and greed. You thought you'd seen it all, and then you literally look somewhere else, and nope, that outdoes what you just saw 10 seconds ago.
And here we have Michael putting holy water into the sprinkler system.
As you guys make your way in, though, a man in a very, very fine suit comes over to you. Ah, Michael, delightful to see you here. I'm so glad you took me up on my invitation. You recognize this is the guy you heard on the phone, Michael. You recognize his voice.
Well, take me to this boss of yours.
Of course. Right this way, right this way. Is there anything any of you need or wish to have? As he says that, he begins leading the way to a elevator. As he leads you into the elevator, he reaches and pulls on his collar, and from it he pulls a necklace out, and from that he takes a key off of it and slides it into a slot on the elevator, turns it before pressing on 6 different keys of the elevator, and it begins to rumble before it starts moving. Here at the Ivory Towers, we pride ourselves on being able to acquire anything and everything for our guests. And as my lord has made it certain you are all considered to be honored guests while you are on our ground.
Great. Get me the key for taking down all of Pentex.
While you're at it, can I have money?
If you wish, yes.
They just got servants, like at a cocktail party, walking around with just piles of cash on their trays.
Here you are, $10,000. I recommend
kinda-
spending it here in the casinos.
Barney takes it and just very carefully places it in like the front, like open coat of his flak jacket. By the way, Barney's not wearing anything nice because he doesn't have anything nice to wear. He's wearing what he always wears.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get to add like resources 1 now to my sheet or something?
Oh no, you just got paid like resources for
Okay, cool.
That's resources for one.
one purchase. Because resources usually represents like an actual stable job that you would get continuous money from.
You could use that to invest in a business, or
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to continue.
You like money.
The elevator goes up and up and up, and then it goes up some more. Far past whatever floor you should have been the top floor. It's gone far past that. The entire elevator ride takes almost a good 4 minutes before the doors finally ding. And you are let out into what looks to be a massive penthouse.
And before we go all the way up, since this is taking so long, anything we should know about your benefactor?
He is not one to be trifled with. He is harsh, but he is fair.
Anybody else have questions?
Nope.
Nothing comes to mind for me.
Okay, then that'll be an easy ride up.
And when the elevator opens, you guys will be let out into this massive penthouse of pure basic. Yeah, this is like. It's difficult to describe. Like, the sheer amount of wealth. It's like you just stepped out into Versailles, basically.
Any windows or
Not that you can see at the moment. But the walls are very richly decorated. Very, very beautiful.
okay.
But there are no windows that you can see here currently. And he will wave you to step out. And when you guys do, you can see a man. He is sitting on a couch. There's some blankets and throw pillows. He is dressed in a very nice looking suit. And his hair is... It is pitch black. But you can see small threads of gray in it. Looks to be in his 50s or 60s, is what you would probably guess. And his skin is very pale.
Michael will activate his hidden camera on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Start recording.
I guess we'll step up.
Ah, greetings, welcome. So delightful to see you all here. Come in, please. Take a seat. And he waves to some of the chairs that are around the couch.
Michael will go ahead and take a seat, but remain quiet.
Okay, I'll take a seat. Give the
Barney?
resisting urge to mess with all the technology.
Barney, Kivia, do you guys take a seat as well?
Yep.
Okay. Just waiting. Kate will sit next to Michael, doing her best to seem like nothing more than a meek and pretty accessory. He is going to smile at all of you. I am so delighted that you accepted my invitation. I suppose I should make, well, introductions. I am Sir. Well, let's just call me. You can call me Sir Galantine for right now.
Can't get your real name, huh?
Names have power.
Yes, and business relationships are only built on trust.
It's more. I have to be careful.
Out of character, I have to say that Kiv is playing a perfect Toreador.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Furry dog.
Oh, Kiv. Well then, if that's how it's going to be, then what is it exactly that you wish from me?
Pentex has began operations in this city against our holdings. As you no doubt are likely aware, as he smiles and you can see fangs in his mouth, I am the ruler of this city among the vampires. The actual ruler, I should say.
All right.
Pentex is causing issues with business. They are going after those who serve us. They are going after our holdings with their lawyers, and they are coming after us with their assassins. This is an issue, not just here, but in other cities across the United States. This cannot be tolerated. However, some of my brethren have ties with Pentex, and I do not dare trust that they will follow through on their oaths of loyalty to me. Thus, I have called you here. I hear whispers that your little group plans to remove Pentex from the board, so to speak. God dang it. Must have been something I drank.
You only drink water.
Well, I had a very nice cup of blood before you guys arrived here.
Oh, you're staying in character, I see.
It should have been, must have been somebody I drank.
Must have been someone I drank. I want this to stop. Pentex has crossed a line. They have gone too far. Once we had a profitable relationship. And yet now I find my people being hunted by their kill teams.
And where does this involve us?
I hear whispers that you want to take Pentex down. Is that not true?
Yes. By us, I mean you and us working together. How is that going to work?
I can get you information. I can get you to places where you can do some real damage to Pentex. Is that what you want?
In return for what?
You destroying my enemies, of course. That's what you're useful for. Destroying things.
Generally, insulting someone that you wish to work with is not a good way to go about things.
That could be true. However, that would involve me having actual respect for you. I've made this arrangement because you are useful and because you know the enemy of my enemy. Thus, it costs me nothing to have you deal with my enemies for me by just giving you the information that you need to see it done. Yeah, you can kind of tell from his attitude that he does not respect either of you guys.
Michael is going to give a glance over to Perry. And probably through the pack sense thing, he would be able to sense that Michael is about ready to say some things that would get them into a lot of trouble. So right now, he is, giving Perry the chance to do his talking thing because Michael does not have the patience for this.
Okay, if we're really going to do this, I'm going to get out a lighter and flick it on.
Notably, Perry, he does not show any reaction to the flame.
And flick it off.
He just smiles.
And then I'll look back at Michael and smile.
Okay, what the hell just happened?
Fire is one of the fears of vampires.
Fire and sunlight are basically the two biggest ways of driving a vampire nuts.
So that's showing you that this is a stronger vampire than normal on willpower.
Barney's just picking at his teeth.
Michael wanted Perry to do the talking because Perry is better at doing the talking in this. Typically, Perry usually wants the peaceful route. Michael is ready to kill somebody still.
I'm to have Kivia do the negotiations.
Because the type of person Perry is, I know the bad things that vampires do. Especially with a vampire that controls the whole city.
Very well, send your information and we'll look into it.
Excellent. Good boy. It'll be sent by the end of day tomorrow. He kind of gives you a wave of dismissal. You can go then. That's all I need from you dogs.
Barney's just gonna slowly turn and look over at Michael.
So how do we
Just gonna
roll for
raise the brow.
initiative?
You want to go into initiative?
Oh, I'm sure we'll get killed. Out of character, anyways. But in character, I mean, right now Michael is just not in a good mood at all.
If you want to go into initiative, you can roll your roll a d10 and add your initiative mod to it on your character sheet. It's right above your experience.
I mean, I guess I could do a surprise attack. Oh yeah, I have Eviscerate. What does that do?
More damage if it's a sneak attack.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna go Guru and Eviscerate him.
You can try.
Well, yes, I'm planning to try.
Make your attack roll against him.
In his
How?
haven.
That would be a brawl plus dexterity roll.
And the specialty adds another die, right?
Yes, one more dice.
And Guru would add another dexterity point, so... And doesn't Eviscerate count some, like, road actions?
Yes. So 8s, 9s, and 10s count. 8, 9s, and 10s count as 2.
Let's keep the dice rolling! Aw. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
Okay, you're going to make him do that, aren't you? Okay, yep. He's going to do that. So, Michael, you shift and bound forward. You move so fast that you cut the distance within basically about 2 seconds. He just smiles at you, and as your claw strikes out, ready to rip his head from his shoulders, he moves so fast, you literally cannot see it. One moment he is there, the next, he has a sheathed sword in one hand, and it looks like a long sword based on the sheath. And he has it up and blocking your blow. Like, your claws are pressing in against the sheath of the blade, but he's still holding you back before giving a shove and pushing you back. However, that causes him to do what he did, causes him to skip his turn. So he cannot act, as he just kind of taps the sheathed blade with one finger, looking faintly annoyed. Now, that's no way to act around your better's dog. You have what you need. Now leave. I'm already going to have this place cleaned.
But whose turn is next?
Is anyone joining in? Otherwise, it would be Michael's again.
I mean,
guess
I'm
I'll be
pretty sure
green.
Barney was ready to join. at the least.
Barney is indeed ready, but he's not. He's looking over the position that he's in. He's thinking about it. He's not jumping in just yet.
He hasn't moved from the couch. He's still sitting there. He's still just tapping the sheathed sword he has. All of you may make an intelligence plus occult roll here.
Whoop. Ignore that.
Not wits. Okay.
Jaffer, you would be at a 0. 1s are just -1. 7s are success. Unless there's something else that's going on that I don't know.
Nope, you're right. Alright. So, Kibia, you have no idea. Yeah, which makes sense considering you're the tech person here. No worries, no worries. Perry, this sword is... You can feel... You can feel this power of the sword. From this close. You can feel something is up here. But you're not sure what. Michael, you can feel it now as you're looking at this sword. This is a very powerful relic. Very powerful, very old. You may make another int plus occult roll. Since you had an exceptional success.
Yeah,
You are
let's
good
see.
at this, aren't you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even better this time.
So, Michael, as you are looking at this, you can feel the power in this sword. You can feel it like your own power that you feel every time you draw on it to shift or to use one of your gifts. You can feel that sort of supernatural power within this blade. And as you are looking at it, you can see the handle. He's holding it by the actual sheath of the weapon. He's not holding it by the handle anymore. Looking at the markings, the age of the sheath, and looking at the style of the hilts and the guard of the blade, you recognize the type of, shall I say, okay, actually hang on, Zim, I'm sending you
Yes.
something on Telegram real quick.
Okay.
There you go.
Ah. And did he hold it by the handle at any point?
Yes. When he blocked you.
And there was no indication of anything there.
No. But he was able to block your claws, like, pretty much like there was really not a lot of effort there. But he was holding the blade by the hilts. He was wielding it, except it was sheathed.
I'm surprised a creature of evil like you would wield such a holy blade.
He smiles. Like, this is the actual first, like, real smile you've seen. As he kind of dips his head slightly to you. You recognize it.
That I do.
Yes. It is quite the weapon. And why should it be surprising that I can wield it?
Michael's just going to snarl and head for the elevator. Making sure to leave a nice claw mark on the wall next to it.
Just like that.
Well, nobody else is really joining in on the fight, so Michael's not an idiot, and he's not going to go up against that.
Okay. Well, I guess since we're getting a chance to leave here, everybody else leaving, or?
Were you planning on joining in?
There's a couple things. I don't know what it can do, but
I don't know what it can do either, but I'm not, and that's why I'm just gonna leave.
okay. And there's sprinklers in here?
Yes.
Okay. As everybody gets into the elevator, I'm going to use Heart of Water and activate the sprinklers.
And the sprinklers go on as the elevator begins to go down.
He did say he wanted the place cleaned.
Yeah, yeah. And now it is going to be clean, isn't it?
Michael will shift back. I knew I didn't want to come to this meeting.
You are alone in the elevator at the moment.
Oh, nobody came with Michael?
Oh, no. I mean,
Us.
there's no
Our
other
party.
person but your party in the elevator.
Now, which floor do you want to go to? Is this going to turn into smash and grab?
I doubt he's actually going to attempt anything else.
I was warned he wanted to use us.
Oh, whatever information he sends, I am definitely, I have zero intention of actually following through. I want to take down Pentex. But right now, I really want to see that guy suffer. Any of you know anything about Galantine and what it can do?
Gallant.
You all may make occult rolls, intelligence plus occult, if you wish.
Bada bing! I might know something.
Kivia, if you want to look it up online, you can roll in computers instead.
I know 5 things about Gallant.
I believe he may be Gawain. Apparently a
What you
fallen
mean?
knight of the Round Table.
Like Sir Gawain from like the King Arthur tales?
Yes.
One of the knights known for loyalty and honor?
Indeed.
I'm gonna call bullshit.
Surprisingly, it's Barney who has the most information here. Kivia, Perry, you guys both recognize the name and what it is. This is a sword from Arthurian legend. It is said to be basically Excalibur's shadow, so to speak.
I guess I might as well have rolled. 5. I do need to step away for a
This sword
little
was
bit, though.
basically said to be the equivalent of and equal to Excalibur. That's pretty much what you guys know. You know the generics of the story. Barney and Michael, you both would know from your deeper research that the sword was said to be blessed by the sun, that whoever wielded it was loved by the sun and protected by the sun. It could wield fire safely. The user could not be harmed by fire while they wielded it. And the sword could also wield the light of the sun as well in its blade. It was said that there could be nothing that the sword could not cut. Likely, you guys could guess with those rolls. While he is wielding the sword, aka he either has it on his person or he is actually drawn it, he would be immune to sunlight and fire. and the sword likely could not be defended against. Anything that tried to stop the sword would be cut through. And if you say that out loud, Perry, you would probably realize at that point, when you pulled the lighter on him, he likely had the sword with him, and so he did not fear fire like he normally might have.
So that's why.
Mm-hmm. With a weapon like that, there is no wonder why he would be Prince of this city. He would easily be one of the most powerful vampires in this city. Likely in the world as well. This would be a weapon that would let him punch way above his weight class in vampire society because of the fact this sword uses sunlight. If he drew it, he could likely dust a vampire with it. But the sword gives off sunlight. If he is not holding the sword when it is drawn, it would kill him as well. Because it is only the sword's blessing that would protect him from it. And that's what you guys would know as the elevator would reach the first floor and ding.
Well, thanks for taking us to your contact. Michael. And I guess with this, we leave the spire.
You've got other people to meet with.
Michael had to step away real quick. He will be back though. So yes, you guys would be able to step out of the club. Or I'm sorry, the hotel. What would you like to do? Barney, you could try to get in contact with your ally.
Yep. That was what I was going to do.
Yeah, once you get about a block away from the towers, you can see leaning against the wall, looking at his cell phone, you can see the man, Jackson, leaning against the wall, and he kind of looks up and gives a nod to you, Barney.
He just gives a nod in response. Howdy.
He gives a tiny salute. So, finish your meeting then?
Yep.
Let me guess. One of you tried to kill him.
How'd you know?
Because he's a utter asshole who all of us would be very, very excited if he died a horrible, horrible, painful death.
Well, there's a chance that could happen still.
Believe me, nothing would make us happier. I believe you had a place in mind for our discussion?
He looks back to the others. Y'all mind taking a detour to the sixth circle?
That's fine with me.
Barney just starts walking.
Okay. Then off we go. As you guys head off, it doesn't take long to make it to the sixth circle, and you guys are allowed in.
And does Michael turn off his security? That's a big question.
Yes, we will wait for Michael to return. His security for what?
His
Toshime?
security footage.
Oh yes, you have your security cam on. He's keeping it running for this meeting as well.
Okay.
So you guys head in to the club, where some of the regular staff would once ask, point you guys to a private room. And it is even complete with its own bar.
All right. Talk business.
You can call me Jackson. Nice to meet you all. So, I won't beat around the bush. Pentex has been causing problems for us. We're getting caught up in these little issues, and they're fucking with us, and our holdings, and our people. I want it to stop. And so do many of my associates and colleagues. You lot are very experienced when it comes to Pentex. We have a few people who actually work for Pentex sometimes. They can be very useful for getting what we want and what we need at a time. I don't really ascribe to them very much. I tend to mostly do my own thing along with my group. But, you know, to each their own, so to speak. But they're crossing a line here. And a message needs to be sent. You lot, so the grapevine goes, have it out for them. So I figured who better to ask if you guys knew what to do about them. You're more the experts here than I am.
Want to send Pentex a message?
I'd rather see all those fuckers die and burn, personally.
That's the same thing Galantine was saying.
See, that's the difference. He's Camarilla, the fucker. I'm part of the spot. Still a bit of a difference.
You see what Kivya said? Fantasy grounds.
Kiva, look at Michael. Can I bring out the tank? Please? Pretty please? I can just shell some Pentex buildings with HE ammo. He's gonna laugh at that. A tank. A little louder than what I probably would have thought of. However, I appreciate the enthusiasm and I like the way you think, girl.
You know anyone of any importance in Pentex? Anyone have any information we could use? Could perhaps give us a little more initiative, shut something down.
Me, myself, I don't actually know anyone who's technically there. I do know some people who may know some people, but I doubt many of them are in the higher upper echelons. But there might be some people who do work in the location, so to speak. Depending on what you're looking for, I might be able to find you something, depending on what it is.
Best way to hit Pentex is where it hurts them the most, which is their wallet. We're probably going to need to piss off some smaller sort of corporate entity and make him look bad. Then he'll come out of the woodworks, try to get things fixed, because, you know, if you can't do something right yourself.
Pentex always has more money.
Pentex has more money, yes, but their management is going to look bad if they start having a whole line of mess-ups. When you got someone beneath you who starts fucking up, well, you make sure you let them know, especially if you've got a lot of money.
I can say from my own experience with some associates who do some less savory business that in Pentex, if you screw up, well, you might not necessarily be seen again. It's a dog-eat-dog world, so to speak.
And if enough dogs get eaten, well, sometimes a bigger fish has to come around.
I can't say for certain if I could help you out there. But I may be able to give you a few leads. Places that Pentex might have its fingers in that you might be able to do some damage at. It depends on what you might be looking for, though.
we're looking for is information, collateral. If they've got like an oil depot somewhere that we can blow, well, that's a lot of money. Destabilization of infrastructure.
Maybe it'll help you with that. I would need to make a few calls, but I know someone who specializes in that sort of work. And I can see if he could point me in the right direction to give you guys the direction you need.
And
All right.
Barney,
Yep.
if we did do something like that, what would you do for the blame of what happened there?
Hit on the Camarilla. You saw how those fuckers were.
He smirks and then just nods his head to the vampire. Looks like we've got a suitable message to send.
One second, I'm gonna grab my water bottle real quick. I will be right back.
And hell, if we do a good enough job at destroying shit, might not even be traces that anyone was there, you know? Might not be any blame to go around.
As long as we're not doing the worm's work for them.
Zim, do you say that in character with the last message you sent me on Telegram? Okay. Now, I can hear what you're all saying, but all I can think is tank beats building. Blame is easier. Support former Pentex tank. Leave the markings on it. Make it look like an internal issue.
Pentex firing on the towers.
Yes, it would still be considered technology Kivia. And to that, Michael says he would rather have Pentex and the vampires swinging it out rather than getting involved.
Oh, don't worry, this will help that along.
And now we're getting into the political games, the Camarilla.
Yes, I'm waiting to see if. Waiting to see if. Okay, let's see.
Give you we're talking to a vampire.
Pentex.
Pentex and vampires fighting. Use the Pentex Mark tank to shoot some vampire safe houses. You know, girl, I like you. And I mean, if it's Camarilla safe houses that you want to fire at, well,
I'm back,
I might know a
sorry.
few of those places as well.
Welcome back.
I'd be more than willing to help you, say, use some high grade, maybe napalm based explosives.
I think we're just gonna get along fine.
Now, does Michael want the casualties?
I do not want any innocents harmed. And after the treatment from the other one, Gawain, I'd rather not get involved in any of this.
So, you realize that he's not likely to let you go, yes? That he's going to want you to work for him.
He has his allies, and I have mine.
And he didn't exactly tell us what he wanted. He just said to go against Pentex.
We will go against Pentex. Just specifically not the targets that he's going to give us. You have been a lot more polite, so I would be more than happy to go after targets that you may provide, as long as they are not also ones that he has provided.
I can help you with that. See, the thing for me, I really don't. I'm not much of a micromanager. As long as the work gets done and gets done well, I don't care how you get it done. You could slaughter an entire city or not kill anyone at all. As long as the objective is accomplished, well, I'll leave it to you to figure out and to do your own job. You know your own strengths better than I probably do. It's the way I look at it. And hey, I've seen some of your work before. And you guys have some pretty good, well, you're skilled in what needs to be done. So, I'm willing to let you guys do as you wish and just give you assistance where you need it. How you want to do things? Well, it's not really much of my business. If you want my help, I'm more than willing to throw in whatever help you might need.
Well, right now, I want Gawain's head on a dinner plate.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
You have to have some sort of plan to be able to pull that off.
His sword is an issue, and he is old. Very old. Well, yeah, obviously shoot the right target. Strengths, we have a tank. Weaknesses, none. We have a fucking tank. Thank you, Kivia. I love it. He's going to smile at you guys. If you want Wayne dead, I might be able to give, well, a little bit of advice to that. He pauses though when Kivia speaks up. He has a sword? Guess what? Tank beats sword. At that, he chuckles. My lady. My lady. If a tank beat his sword, he'd be dead a long, long time ago. Believe me, we've tried.
That sword's like a super sword. It's kind of like a lightsaber from that Star Wars.
I like the music. It's difficult. He's old, which makes him stronger, faster, and more powerful than most vampires. Add in the sword he wields, and to a vampire, he's basically a walking disaster ready to happen.
What would happen if someone just kind of like pinched the end of his blade and just took it out of his sheath for him? Would that kill him?
If he was not holding the sword and it was drawn, yes, it would likely kill him.
Just to have like a thief,
You'd have to be faster than him at drawing the weapon.
just to have a thief go in there at some point. A good thief.
Kivia, and it's my tank. Give me napalm rounds, and I'll turn him into a puddle of former vampire. He sighs. Only was that simple. Fire and sunlight will not work on him while he carries the blade. If you could draw the blade or disarm him, yes, that would work. The problem is he has a mastery of our ability of speed, known as celerity. He can move faster than the eye can blink. One thing you could do is attempt to keep him from feeding. Without blood, he would become much weaker if he was kept from feeding.
May even go into torpor.
And if that was able to happen, and my tank responds as fast as I can think. Thinking is faster than blinking. I have to say, I like your spirit and spunk. Perhaps we can discuss recruitment, if you wish, after the job is done.
No.
He holds up his hands. Understand. Understandable. I just wanted to be polite and make the offer.
I
We
have
are,
had a
after all,
very
fighting to
bad
save the
week.
world.
So do be more considerate of your words.
My apologies. He is a Ventru. Their clan is restricted in what they can drink. If he can figure out what he has to drink, who he has to drink, then all you have to do is either kill or keep him away from him. Eventually he'll starve, go into torpor, or go crazy. That's another option you could take too if you wanted to go after him. And believe me, I'm more than okay if you want to go after him. Oh, I suppose I should ask now that we've had a little bit of discussion. What would you like from me?
I don't need nothing.
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, what would you like from me for helping you? What information would you like? What targets would you like to try to go after that I might be able to get information for about? What can I do to make your job easier and better?
Make a comprehensive list.
A comprehensive list. You want to have a piece of information that, if somebody got, would incriminate us all.
Wouldn't incriminate all of us. Just the one with the list.
Give you.
Blueprints for some napalm rounds? I think I can get those. I know a couple of dealers. And, well, I don't skip on quality. So, would you like to go after Pentex, or would you like to go after our dear stick in the mud?
How about a little both? Since Michael, you don't seem too keen about getting involved with the vampires, maybe you should take care of the ones who you'd rather see dead.
I would say a little of both as well.
I like it. Well, I believe I might know of one vampire in the Camarilla who might be working for Pentex. I'm sure if we talked with them, we might be able to find out some information. Learn about where some big, juicy operations are going down. And we might be able to see about, well, ruining Pentex's life.
Pentex don't really have a life. It's a conglomerate.
You know what I mean.
And I know we're getting right into the thick of politics by doing this.
Well, this has been delightful. I am going to see about getting the information you all need to do the job. Should only take me a day or two to get everything ready. You guys can get any preparation work done that you'd like. And, well, let's say I meet you all here in 2 days' time. About 8 p.m.
Sounds good to me.
That is acceptable to myself as well.
He claps. Wonderful, wonderful. Pleasure doing business with all of you. So nice to be able to work with some werewolves who aren't trying to rip my head off. Very refreshing and very nice, honestly. So, I will bid you all a very fair night. I have some work to do, and I will see you in about 2 days' time.
All right.
He will nod, bid you a good evening, and he will head off. And I think that might be a good endpoint because Arm gets off in about 15 minutes, and we're rides right now are about $45. And he was asking me for a ride. Also, question: what did you guys think of our Sabat vampire?
Michael's ready to kill all of them.
Yeah, vampires are kind of dicks.
Well, it's also because, you know, he just had the thing with the loop, and he's still not happy about that either.
Mm-hmm.
Contact rage.
Everything is fine.
And I'm guessing this is a Ventru and a Lasombra.
Yes, this is a Ventru and a Lasombra vampire. Gwaine is a Ventru, and Jackson is a Lasombra. Kivia just wants to use the tank that they've got. Don't worry, you'll be able to use the tank. I promise.
I am still constantly making minute adjustments to the thing here, but yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up this recording and then figure out something to do between this and Exalted.
I'm getting the stuff for Exalted sent over to you. So you'll at least be able to get it set up while I go get Arm.
Alrighty. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for House of the Deathsinger, where... That was the wrong credits. Oops. I got a little ahead of myself. Let's try that again. Thank you all so much for joining us for House of the Deathsinger, World of Darkness, Werewolf. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without you guys helping and supporting the channel, hanging out, and so on. So thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Duke.
Bye.
Bye.